So, would you please welcome from Prisoner, the freak herself, played by Maggie Kirkpatrick. And from Home and Away, the young man who plays Shane the heartthrob, Brummer. Welcome to Northern Ireland.
Thank you.
Good to see you. You're both first times here, yes?
Ah, yes. This is a very, well, it's sort of nostalgic.
Because?
When I heard that lovely soft accent on the plane today say, "Welcome to Belfast," I had a little tear because I mean, I might have divorced him a long time ago, but...
Let's explain, Maggie.
I married a Belfast man.
From the Shankill Road.
From the Shankill Road.
Now, who was he and how did you meet?
Well, his name was Norman Kirkpatrick.
Oh, you've got the accent. Really,
and
right.
His father was John Kirkpatrick and his mother was Annie Kirkpatrick, and she had been a tipping, in case anybody knows. And I met him in Australia. He was a merchant seaman. By that time, the whole family had gone to Australia. And I met him in the early 60s, and he was introduced to me as Norman Kirkpatrick, and I was introduced to him as Margaret Anderson. And he said, "Hello, Maggie." "Bend down so I can kiss you." He was only 5'6", you see. I'm 5'9". So I bent down, kissed him, and married him. And we have a wonderful daughter called Caitlin, who has a little boy called Daniel and a little girl called Megan. So
sadly, Norman's not allowed.
No, he's not here now. He actually died the day his granddaughter was born, which is very Irish of him, really.
You divorced them, though?
Yeah, oh yeah, we went our ways a long time ago, but we were good friends, yeah, and he was a very important part of my life. I mean, not just the fact that we shared that wonderful child together, but I met him when I was 22 and he was 35 and he'd been married twice before. My mother was horrified. But he'd been around the block a few times and he was a pretty damn good bloke.
Dita, this is all very adult for you, isn't it? Really, essentially, this. You're only a pup. You're only, what, 19?
19, yes.
19, yes. Do you remember, did you ever watch Prisoner?
I did, actually, yes.
You mean your parents let you?
Yes, I used to stay up late. I used to stay up late and watch it.
Because I finished it in 1986, you know. 1986. I was a mere girl at the time.
The freak.
Yeah.
You were a bad.
Oh. And I got paid a lot of money to be a bad. I like him. I hear you blush.
I do, I do.
Yeah. He's a good-looking fella, isn't he?
Dita, oh, got that. Dita, you've left Home and Away now. Or
yes.
You're still in it as far as we're concerned.
No, I'm still on until September on your screen. So.
Why have you left?
Well, basically, I was there for about 4 years, and for me, that was enough of that kind of a soap. So hopefully, I'll be able to move on and, you know, get into some more serious things, so to speak. 4 years of doing Home and Away was just enough, I think.
I found 2 weeks quite enough myself.
Yeah, well, I did as well, but I just...
I bet you've bought a house.
I did, actually.
Yes, 19 years old, you see.
I found 2 episodes enough, but then that's... Is he making the right decision?
Yes.
He is?
He is, absolutely. I mean, 4 years is a long time. I mean, I did 4.5 years in Prisoner, but I'd had 20 years in the theatre before that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was an old boiler when I went into that show. But at 19, it's now time. You've done your apprenticeship. It's time for you to get out there and, you know, learn how to drive the car.
Yeah,
no?
exactly.
You've been over in Great Britain for a while now, but things didn't turn out quite the way you expected.
Yeah, I was in Britain for 3 weeks. I was supposed to be doing a pantomime. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a work permit. So I was with the Pando company, but I was just appearing on stage at the end of the performance, apologising profusely for not being able to being the Panto, you know, not that it was my fault, the Panto company couldn't get the permit early enough, but unfortunately. But
well, have you plans to stay on though now in Great Britain, or what?
No, basically I'm most probably leaving tomorrow night, actually. Unfortunately, you know, I've only been able to spend you know, a few days in this beautiful country. I've had a ball.
You've been overwhelmed by the reaction to you.
Yeah, well, I was down in Cork actually doing an appearance because I'm promoting my calendar. I brought out a calendar. A 16-month calendar, actually. Unfortunately, most of those months have already gone. We released it fairly early in Australia, yeah, I was down in Cork, and the reception that I got there was just fantastic.
Are you clothed in this calendar?
Mostly, yeah. For 6 months, anyway.
Have you got a calendar?
Darling, I couldn't pass the physical to do that. Forget it. No.
Well, you were supposed to appear in Castle Court tomorrow.
Yes.
You're not going. No.
They're fainting.
You're not going because it's cancelled.
Unfortunately, management was scared that there may be a security problem.
Not only the management, the police were frightened in case there'd be a security problem.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
they thought I was going instead of them.
See, it's been a bit of a mix-up. The police. I've been appearing around the country, and I was in Belfast about 2 days ago, and had a great reception. There was lots of kids, and everybody. Excuse me. Everybody came to see me, and it was fantastic. And there was, it was big write-ups in the paper, and unfortunately the management of Castle Court, thought that they said no, we don't want this. It's it's going to be too much.
Centre?
It's a big shopping centre in Belfast.
Oh, dangerous, dangerous.
All right, but your fans are up. Some of your fans
yes,
are up. Now, talking of fans, I got a letter from a gentleman called Mark Irwin from Belfast.
Oh yes.
And he says,
is he rich?
I don't know, we'll check in a moment. He says, the reason I'm writing to you is the fact that I have been a fan of Miss Kirkpatrick's ever since her appearance on our screens as Joan the Freak Ferguson. Even at university, we have an informal group, the Maggie Kirkpatrick Fan Club. The thing is, I would dearly love to meet her, and being in Belfast is probably going to be the closest I will ever get to fulfil this dream. I will even stand outside the front entrance in the hail, rain or shine, if it means that I may be in with a chance of meeting her. To me, this would be the equivalent to winning the lottery after a 10-week rollover. Now,
I'd rather have the lottery.
No, hold on now. What kind of an idiot would write that?
Oh, a Belfast idiot.
Stand up, you Belfast idiot. Stand up, stand up. There's the man that wrote it, Mark Irwin.
Hello, darling.
Mark.
There's an idiot.
Are you at university, yes?
Yes.
And tell me a bit about the fan club.
Do you want to stand up or sit down?
Stand up so we see.
Well, it's a pretty informal thing. I mean, it's not exactly a fan club. It's just that we sort of, them here, there's part of it here.
Right.
We sort of get together after the show's been on, like the day before, and if we're in classes together, we'll talk about it or whatever.
Oh,
but
what do you like about her?
I don't know, it's just something that chilled through me at this very minute.
See, it's not only him can do this, girl. You've still got it,
Yeah, but what about the old blokes? Hey, never mind these young fellas. I'm looking for a mature, handsome, grey-haired...
Did you get over to see her when she was performing in London in the musical version of it?
No, because the exams ran on and I couldn't get over to see it. I thought it was going to be on to the end of January, but it ended the middle of January.
Yes, last week,
So I didn't get over.
There may well be a tour. It's all being negotiated at the moment, but whether they'll come across the water, I don't know, but Liverpool's not far away, is it?
Oh, should be across the shock now. All right, who's the rest of you? All of you stand up to see who's all involved with the Maggie. He's good looking too, isn't he?
No. Nearly is. My grandson's nearly that old, for God's sake. Give me a break.
Don't worry about it. Right, we'll let you meet her in a moment or two. Tell me, you were working with Lily Savage in this.
I was.
It was a stage musical.
Yes, it was quite silly.
What do you make of Lily?
Very clever man. Very clever.
Woman.
Clever man in a woman's dress.
We've got Mae McFetridge, which is a sort of equivalent to Lily.
Well, we had Barry Humphries too, you see.
That's true, that's true.
No, no, Paul O'Grady is pretty well a genius. He's a very clever, shrewd, bright person. Of course, Lily's as common as muck, isn't she? You said, Lily, we all like a bit of common now and then. No,
are
great fun.
Are you surprised, seriously, that you still can't get away from Prisoner? There you are doing the musical. It's 10 years since they finished
Yeah,
recording
1986.
and you're still getting fan letters from all around the world?
Yes, indeed. And no royalties.
Why? No royalties for all the repeats?
Nope. It was just the nature of the contract at the time when I joined the show.
That's tough because it's shown
Stinks,
in
doesn't it?
America, it's shown all over
yes,
Europe.
and in Sweden, and in Portugal, and in Hong Kong, and in Russia.
Is it true that Sammy Davis Jr. wanted a part in it?
He did. He did.
Seriously?
Seriously. It was early 1986. He was doing a tour of Australia, and he wanted to meet me, dare I say. And we did.
You're
we
a
met.
bit of a
and
sexy old thing, aren't you, Lou? They all want to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not just a pasty face, mate. I'm all right, you know.
What are you doing on the 14th of February?
Oh.
Would you like to come on our love trip?
Oh, I don't know. Is this an offer I can't refuse?
It's probably an offer you don't understand at this stage. Dieter, so what's the immediate future for you now?
Well,
Is work sitting waiting?
I don't know. As far as take tomorrow, if I can organise an appearance before I go home to get my calendar out to as many young girls as possible, that'd be great. Go back home.
Well, we do that, girls. Will we get an appearance for him tomorrow? Yeah! All right, I hope that happens, Dieter. We've got to go. Thank you very much indeed. And Maggie, thank you
my
very much
darling.
indeed. Thank you.
Gorgeous to
Big
be
round, Dieter Brummer and Maggie Kirkpatrick. We are going to...